Okay. Right. Good evening, everybody. Good evening. Good evening. You all are welcome back to my live session. Thank you for joining this live. You all are welcome back to my live session this evening, this night. A lot of things have been happening in Nigeria. Election has, really ended how it's ended. This Edo election, it has showed me that the problems, in fact, when I say problems, they are the major problems we have in this country, Nigeria, because a whole lot of things are happening. For the fact that everybody is suffering and the highest problem we have in this country is Nigeria. Because I don't know why they would jeopardize their their this country. I don't know why they would just look at the level of hunger and hardship Nigerians are going through. Only this Edo election, I expected that Edo people they would show us that they are really angry with the kind of thing that APC has turned Nigeria into, collecting money, because these guys they are doing everything possible to make sure that they buy votes for themselves, because nobody was willing to vote for APC. Yes, nobody was willing to vote for them, but they came out, they came up with another strategy. So they were sharing money up and down, they were sharing money, and people were, falling for that trick. They were sharing, some said they were sharing 10,000, and the PDP was sharing 5,000. So people were now going to the place, to the highest bidders place, and PDP was, so they were now giving 10,000, and that was why they got that vote that they got in that Edo state, because nobody was willing to vote for them. And not only that, security agencies, they were there watching. They couldn't do anything. Of course, they would have, gotten their own share of the money. That was why they couldn't do anything about it. Signed for, because what is going to be happening? Shey is APC. APC, we don't already see them finish. We don't know wetin they go fit do. APC doesn't, they don't really mean good for, in fact, they don't mean good for Nigerians. All they care about is, for themselves. They always care about themselves and their pockets. Say they don't care about Nigerians, and what and that is what they do people have cost. In fact, that is who they have voted for. And APC have finished and all that. That money would have, finished, and they would have forgotten that they collected money. Now in the future, you see what will happen. Shey, this man sef never even enter office. By the time he enters, it will take 1 year or 2 years, to recover all those money that he spent in election. And he must recover that money. There's no two ways about it. You know, what tell me what is going to happen in 2027? What is going to happen in 2027 when it will be presidential election? It will now be it will now be a matter of the highest bidder. And Nigerians, they are willing to play that game because there is hunger in the land. There is hunger in the land. Everything that is happening in this Nigeria, just like Nigeria is moving backward. It's just like Nigeria is moving back. Nothing is moving forward in Nigeria. So that brings me to this topic that is saying Fearless in October protest, the Take It Back movement. They have unveiled the time and the convergence points for protesters in Lagos, Rivers, and Kwara states, and other, states that are going to partake in the protest. So these guys, they have unveiled the time because this Fearless in October protest is going to happen. It's not a joke. In fact, they've started printing flyers and banners. It's not like this one that they did are going to protest, and it's going to be massive. It's going to be massive. So they have unveiled the time and where they will come out, the convergence points for protesters, mostly in Lagos, Rivers, and Kwara State. The nationwide protest, aims to highlight the pressing issues of hunger and economic hardship, and also, draw the attention of uh, President Bola Tinubu's administration to the plight. The organizers of this Fearless in October protest have released the time and convergence venue for the event, scheduled to commence on 1st October. That happens to be when Nigeria they are celebrating their independence. So as they are celebrating independence, celebrate. What are they celebrating when Nigeria is in a mess? When Nigeria is in a mess. So until the demands of the protesters are answered, this protest is not going to stop. It is not going to stop. Like I said, this October protest, Sowore was saying that if you're afraid of, death, that you shouldn't come out, that you should just stay in your house because he knows that it's going to be fire for fire. It's going to be, anything that comes up, they are ready to take it until their demands are being met, until their demands are answered. It's not going to be like the other protests that they are even arresting protesters and, charging them for treason. It's not going to be like that because this one, the nationwide protest aims to, highlight the pressing issues of hunger and economic hardship and draw the attention of President Bola Tinubu's administration to the plight of Nigeria. This Take It Back movement, in a tweet on its Twitter handle on Tuesday, stated that Lagos State protesters are together at Ikeja under bridge at 7:30 a.m. So the convergence point for the protesters in Rivers State was identified as, Pleasure Park, Port Harcourt, with participants asked to assemble by 7:30 a.m. They are now sharing where they are going to meet and all that. And protesters will converge at the Arewa Youth for Peace office located on Damaturu Road with a starting time of 8 a.m. In Yobe State, the venue is Damaturu Main Roundabout, opposite the old motor park to Medugri Road, and protesters are expected to arrive by 8 a.m. So the location for Kwara State is Ilorin Post Office under by 8 a.m. So to demand better governance and urgent action from government to address, the needs of Nigeria. This protest is not the one that they will protest and Tinubu will just keep quiet and all that. He needs to come and address the nation. Not only address the nation, he needs to come and make things start working. The movement in pursuit of more accountable and responsive leadership. because this thing that is happening in Nigeria is too much. It's too much. People are suffering, people are dying because of hunger. And Nigeria's president is just there doing nothing. Why people are dying, whether he's aware of what is happening in Nigeria, because he's not doing anything. Look at the hike in fuel price. Because of the fuel price, everything is now high. People can't even buy food, as they used to buy. Now it's now some people it's now 001. In fact, if you eat one day, you just thank God. So the fearless in October protest seeks to mobilize citizens to demand better governance and urgent action from the government to address widespread issues affecting the populace. The organizers they also urge all Nigerians to join in the movement, in pursuit of a more accountable and responsive leadership. So, guys, I think this is the. Let me just show you guys the flyer of this protest so that you see that these guys are serious. They are not joking with this kind of thing. They are very serious, and then October protest is going to happen. It is going to happen. For those of you that are saying that maybe these guys are not serious, they have already printed the flyers and all that. So October 1st, when Nigerians are celebrating their independence, youths will be on the streets protesting for good governance. I'll post the flyer on my YouTube channel so you guys will see the dates and everything. For now, we have come to the end of this live section because network is really bad. And thank you for joining us in this live section. Please, if you are new to this channel, just do well to subscribe, like, and also drop a comment below. I'll see you guys in my next live section.